Let's bring in Courtney Reagan, David, talk more about this as the XRT has gone green. Courtney, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Carl. Yeah, we got the retail sales numbers today, obviously with the department store number just down precipitously in April from March, also down really sharply year over year. JCPenney, obviously a part of that. They'd started to open up some of their stores, but of course we all were wondering if and when a bankruptcy filing might be coming. As you all have been going over here, it does look as if JCPenney has made the $17 million interest payment, so it did not default on that. There was, however, another $12 million interest payment that the retailer had missed in about mid-April. And so I'm still sort of waiting on some more clarity about what's happening there. So just because we don't have this filing, this official bankruptcy filing from JCPenney, doesn't mean that they're not scrambling behind the scenes, as David was talking about, and that we may potentially be hearing it soon. But it is important to point out that they did make this $17 million payment. You might also remember there was a bit of a skirmish with Sephora, its partner that has those Sephora shop-in-shops in JCPenney stores, and Sephora had been sort of reluctant to continue this contractual relationship with JCPenney amid everything that was going on, and there was some sort of court battles back and forth in both the state and federal court. Ultimately, though, both of those parties did come to an agreement to continue working together, though we weren't really privy to the further details. So that at least got dropped. But if JCPenney ends up filing for bankruptcy and has a store closure program, of course, many of these contractual terms may still get further amended.
I think it's also important, Courtney, to point out that JCPenney has been in a long downward spiral, even going into this pandemic. And you know, like J. Crew and Neiman Marcus had big problems with debt and with bringing customers back, and was not one of the retailers that was doing well. And so in terms of the whole claiming of the victim from the crisis, so far we're still seeing really the losers being hit the hardest. The other thing I would say is look at the XRT. That's the retail ETF. It has seen a turnaround. I would pin that on the consumer confidence numbers that we got, Courtney, at the top of the hour, which showed surprising confidence from consumers. University of Michigan confidence number 73.7, better than expected. The 68 was the consensus. I think that also points to the fact that April, you know, this idea out there that the April retail sales that we got today, which were so dismal, so poor, could potentially be the bottom. Right, Courtney, the fact that there are green shoots as stores start to reopen, as states start to reopen, and you saw that in the confidence numbers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously confidence numbers better than expected, but certainly well off the numbers that we saw before all of this crisis hit. We all know what the employment picture looks like right now. We'll see what happens, as you point out, Sarah, when the stores begin to reopen and some of these furloughed employees come back to the stores, and how that may shake out also, because they're consumers too, right? So they're employees of these stores, but if they are employed, you would imagine that that would give them more confidence to come back and spend their dollars in their own stores as well.